Just be a great quarterback and a great teammate. We'll worry about holding guys accountable, all that kind of stuff. But now that he's in his second year, and now that he showed so much in his first year, Jayden Daniels is elevating that aspect of his game, and his teammates are taking notice.
You could feel that confidence when Hannah and I did the Commanders camp for 50 states in 50 days. You could feel the confidence that Jayden Daniels has coming into year two. So we will see. By the way, completing 69% of his passes in his last rookie season, the highest for a rookie in NFL history. Dan Graziano, my man, battling the noise like a professional. Thank you, brother.
Well, back to a guy who knows Jayden Daniels as well as anybody. Herm, you coached him at Arizona State. He gets his favorite receiver, Terry McLaurin, back finally. What would you like to see from Jayden in year two to build upon that terrific rookie season?
Well, obviously, he's established himself as the leader of this football team, but numbers-wise, he threw 25 touchdown passes last year. I could see him getting that up to about 35. And here's the thing he has to guard against. He stayed in the pocket at times too long. He got hit a lot, and he got sacked 50 times. That's way too many sacks for Jayden Daniels. He's too athletic to get sacked that many times. So I think if he improves with that, he's going to have a much better season. And can the Commanders overtake that team in Philadelphia, the Eagles? Can they win the division? And I know if you're Jayden Daniels, that's what he's thinking about. Can we win the division? Can we take the Eagles out?
Meanwhile, Cliff Kingsbury has a new weapon for that offense. They acquired Deebo Samuel. You can use him in so many ways. What would you like to see from him in that offense today?
Well, I think he's like the Swiss Army knife, and you're right. You can use him as a running back. He can play in the slot. I wouldn't use him this way. I wouldn't send him so much vertically is where I would send him over the middle on little dump passes, little routes when the linebackers clear out. He can run the ball as well, but I'd get him the ball in space, but I would clear the space out and let him be the underneath guy. Give him some nice little passes underneath because he's hard to tackle. He's a powerful runner when he gets the ball in his hand.
Yeah, that would be a great option, great game plan for Jayden Daniels, who, by the way, got his first career win last year against the Giants. So that was in week 2. All right, Herm, we'll be back with you in just a bit. Jay, Schefter has reported that Micah will play today. What can you tell us about how he's acclimated to the Packers since being traded from the Cowboys 10 days ago?
Hannah, Micah Parsons has acclimated well to this team. He's playing ping pong with his new teammates. There's hoops around the team facility. In between meetings, if they have a couple minutes, he's challenging to shoot a few hoops, and that's how you get to know your teammates really well. He says even though he's just about a week in, that this feels like home, and he's never really been in a locker room like this. But it's all about the scheme and the playbook. How is he acclimating to that? He says it's actually been pretty easy to pick up. He says that that's in part because of the coaches and what great teachers they have been. Also, it is some hard work. He was in on his player's day off. He's been early. He's been staying late at night, and then he's getting extra work in with some extra meetings. So a lot of effort from Micah Parsons. He says about 80% of that playbook is down. And as far as those practices this week and how he's acclimating on the field, Coach Matt LaFleur says even though he's been limited, he looks like an absolute freak out there, Hannah. So that's what the Packers expect to see from him today, albeit it's likely going to be in a limited capacity.
Yeah, listen, one of just 2 players in NFL history with 12-plus sacks in each of his first 4 seasons. Another Packer who started off as an Eagle had those numbers too, the great Reggie White. Lindsay, we thank you.
Hannah, Herm Edwards is back with us now. Herm, what specifically are you going to be watching for from Micah Parsons today?
Well, obviously how they use Michael Parsons. I think he'll be a situational pass rusher when you think about his ability to get after the quarterback. And the Green Bay Packers, when you think about this, the Green Bay Packers, this is a big game for the Packers. They were 1-5 in the division last year. They played Detroit, who was 6-0 in the division. So I can see Michael Parsons being used as a little bit of a joker. You're going to move him around on the line of scrimmage. Sometimes he's going to be over the center. Sometimes he's going to be over the guard. Sometimes he's going to be at end. And use him as a designated pass rusher. He hadn't been in camp. He's not in shape. He's about a 25-play guy at the most. And this is why you bring him here, to enhance your pass rush. Remember, the Green Bay Packers are scoring 27 points on offense. They can score. Problem is, they got to knock the quarterback down.
They do. They do. Hey, you mentioned Detroit. Let's talk about Detroit. 6-0 in the division last year. They swept Green Bay last season. What will be the key for the Lions to continue that streak today?
Well, the Lions do what the Lions do. Montgomery and Gibbs, right? They have this fantastic running attack now. This is going to be interesting in my opinion. They lose their offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. How does that affect the quarterback, Jared Goff? How does that affect the game plan of what they do? But I do know this. It all starts with their running game. They got two big runners that can run, and you got to tackle them. You can't go up there arm grab, and you got to put your shoulders on these runners because they are powerful runners. So it'll be interesting to see how this offense looks now with John Morton, the new offensive coordinator.
Lions, by the way, the only team to go undefeated on the road last season. Much more from Coach Herm in just moments. Hannah? Last season for the NFC South, they meet in the opener today. Let's see what Baker is going to bring his ingredients this season. Baker Mayfield coming off a career season, leading Tampa to the division title. He completed over 71% of his passes, 7th best all time. Mayfield also setting a career high in passing yards with 4,500 last season. Only Joe Burrow and Jared Goff had more. And he had a career-high 41 touchdown passes, joining Tom Brady as the only Bucs QBs with 40 TD passes in a season. Let us go live now on the field with Jeff Darlington, who joins us now from Atlanta. Jeff, good morning to you. What more can you tell us about expectations for both Baker Mayfield and Michael Penix Jr. today?
Well, Jay, it's really interesting when you do show those numbers about Baker Mayfield. It's clear that his career revival is sort of complete. So the question now is, where does he go from here? Mayfield making it very clear. He said more wins. To him, winning in Tampa is what matters most, not his statistics. But there is one stat that you didn't show there, and that is the one thing that Mayfield really does want to clean up this season, and that is interceptions. He has thrown 26 of them over the last 2 seasons combined. That leads the NFL. Now, Mayfield himself has said that he knows that from a physical standpoint, the way he plays, there's going to be interceptions along the way. It's the decision-making interceptions that he needs to curtail. It's something that he has been trying to fine-tune. Now over to Michael Penix. We know that he had sort of a 3-game audition last year when he replaced Kirk Cousins. The team feeling very confident that Penix is their future at the quarterback position. They love the way that he pushes the ball downfield. And by the way, I talked about interceptions. They love the way Penix makes good decisions and protects the football. So, Jay, 2 very intriguing quarterbacks in this game, and really very interesting when it comes to the division rival that these two have sort of formed as well.
Hey, Jeff, do me a favor. Look over your left shoulder of the folks who just brought the flag behind you and wave to them, because they were waving at us when you were doing your live show. Just let them know